What's up, everybody? Matt Brown here for PlayPicks.com. Going to take a look at these early Week 10 lines here in the NFL. Going to do it over at our sister site, thelines.com, www.thelines.com. You can check out this article each and every week. It's awesome. Takes a look at all the sports books and how they have the lines set early in the week. Get a first look, kind of figure out where you might be looking for your bets later on in the week, or if you want to take advantage of jumping on something early before you think it moves in a certain direction. Always good to take a look at these over here. Again, thelines.com. Also, get some other cool articles on here. Obviously you might have heard if you've been paying attention, but it was not good for the sportsbooks the last few weeks, and specifically this past Sunday. Absolutely horrible. You can take a look at everything that has to be said from the sportsbook here in Vegas and even all over the country right here in this article. But for our purposes here, we're going to look at this Week 10 lines article. Right here, I'm going to look at DraftKings, FanDuel, Sugar House, BetStars, and 888 as far as the lines that we'll be paying attention to. Kick things off with Carolina and Pittsburgh. What a game. I mean, an absolute game, a game that I'm absolutely looking forward to watching this week. Could not be happier about getting a premier matchup like this in Week 10. And I mean, Carolina really starting to click. Getting Greg Olsen back has helped out Cam Newton a ton. Christian McCaffrey's proven that he can handle this workload. DJ Moore, receiver there in Carolina, has started to kind of carve out his own little place. Curtis Samuel, of course, is coming around. So, and Cam Newton is playing as good or better than he has in his entire career. So this is a really, really, really good game here. By the time you watch this, who knows what's going on with this Le'Veon Bell situation in Pittsburgh. They just keep rolling along. James Conner is an absolute beast. So, I mean, even if Le'Veon Bell comes back, I don't know how they're going to handle this situation. We'll just assume that he's not. I don't think it's going to affect this line any, whether he is or not. I mean, when you look, James Conner, more 100-yard games, more explosive runs of 20-plus yards. The guy's getting it going in the pass game on the ground. So, I mean, I don't think Le'Veon Bell really does anything for this line right here. Anyway, 4 across the board in favor of Pittsburgh at home with a nice 50.5 point total there at BetStars. So certainly something we'll be monitoring throughout the week. Le'Veon Bell put out a tweet, said he was leaving his house. I don't know. People trying to read into these cryptic tweets. I'm not really one of those guys, but yeah, it will probably not affect this line anyway, is my guess. Looking here, Arizona and the Chiefs. Yeah, that's a 16.5 point favorite at home. The Chiefs against this pathetic Arizona Cardinals team. Does not surprise me in the least bit. Wouldn't surprise me if this gets to 17, to be perfectly honest with you. When you look at how this Chiefs team has been moving the ball against basically every single opponent that they play against, it's almost inconceivable to think of them not winning this game by at least 2 touchdowns. Now, do they get it into that 17 to 20 point range? I think it's probably more likely than not, but we sit at 16.5 right now. 50 is the total in that game. Obviously, they think that Arizona is going to score 7, and Kansas City will put up the rest. Looking here, Atlanta on the road at Cleveland. They will be 4-point favorites on the road. Atlanta starting to click. I mean, listen, I say starting to click. On offense, it was always there, right? It's really one of those, the problem has just been their defense. And it's one of those things here where this Cleveland team has just been struggling, and they've been giving it up as well. So I think that we're looking at this line and people are saying, well, here's the deal. Atlanta's going to score nearly every time they get the ball. They will probably stop Cleveland. Maybe Baker Mayfield makes a rookie turnover, something like that. And then they get this win on the road there at Cleveland. Another big total in this one, 50s across the board, 50.5 there at BetStars. So this is 3 games here, 50-point totals right out of the gate here in Week 10. This is a game you're not going to watch. You don't care about this. And can you believe this New York Jets team, after Sam Darnold goes out and throws 4 picks, is a more than a touchdown favorite against another team in the NFL? Well, that is the case we have right here. Buffalo, completely terrible. I mean, maybe one of the worst football teams I've ever seen assembled. 7.5 point dogs to the Jets on the road. Good luck. If you can watch it, if you can find it in your heart to watch that game, good on you, because there's zero chance. 36.5 point total in that one should tell you all you need to know about how they think that game is going to go. Detroit on the road at Chicago. Detroit, boy, that was just a very, very confusing performance by that Detroit team. Matthew Stafford sacked 10 times in that game. 10 times. They traded away Golden Tate. You think that was going to equal maybe some more production for Marvin Jones or for Kenny Golladay, and that did not turn into the case like whatsoever. They are going to find themselves as 6.5 point dogs on the road to Chicago. Interesting thing here is the 45. I mean, the Chicago offense certainly nothing to write home about. And the way that Detroit's been playing, not really either. Certainly going to monitor that one. Maybe that's an underplay for me there. Jacksonville on the road at Indianapolis. 47 total across the board. 3-point road dogs for Jacksonville. The team that nearly made it to the Super Bowl last year is now a dog on the road to the Indianapolis Colts. If that lets you know the status and what everyone thinks of this Jacksonville team right now. I mean, listen, they are going to be coming out of a bye, so maybe they were able to figure something out along the way. Andrew Luck quietly has been getting better each and every single week. Also, this Indianapolis team getting healthier. Jack Doyle came back. Big part of that offense, fit right in, was able to contribute right out of the gate, coming back off of missing several weeks. And so very interesting to see that Jacksonville 3-point dogs on the road to this Colts team. Tennessee plays on Monday Night Football, so only FanDuel has a line out here. New England 6-point favorites on the road at Tennessee. Tennessee is actually one of those teams that doesn't give up a ton of points. They just don't score a lot of points either, so maybe that's why that almost looks like it's a shy line, but we'll see how that one actually goes after we see what Tennessee is able to do on Monday night. The New Orleans Saints on the road at the Cincinnati Bengals. New Orleans Saints oh wow, look at this. Between 4 and 5-point favorites here. We're hitting on each one of these. 4 points at FanDuel, 5 points at each DraftKings, Sugar House, and 888, and then 4.5 there at BetStars. So if you have an interest, if you have a feeling as to way you want to bet on this game, you have some options with the various books. So be sure and take advantage of that. A big 54-point total here. So we're just a little bit through this, and we're only about halfway through the schedule here. We've already had 4 different 50-plus point totals this week. Scroll uphill a little bit further. Washington, Tampa Bay. I mean, it's a game that might be fun to watch. We do see another 51.5 point total here. And I think that's why, because Tampa Bay, whenever you look at this, Tampa Bay's offense is actually fairly talented, but their defense is one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. I mean, just cannot stop anybody from doing anything. So even Washington, who does not have a high-powered offense, finds themselves in a game with a 51.5 point total. Tampa Bay, 2 to 2.5 point favorites at home in this one. Chargers on the road at Oakland, 10-point favorites. I don't even know if that's enough. This Chargers team actually playing pretty well. This Charger team actually is a team that I think people are going to have hell with here in the rest of this season. This team is really starting to click, and Oakland is absolutely dying, as you've seen. 50.5 point total in this one. I don't know where the points are going to come from. I mean, Chargers will score, but Oakland, I mean, maybe they're just maybe the line just is kind of assuming Chargers are going to put up 35 points in this game. Oakland has to do their part at scoring 15 to get it to that number, but yeah, that 10-point line, even with the Chargers being on the road, seems a little short. Miami at Green Bay. Of course, Green Bay coming off the big loss in front of the whole nation to the Patriots. Miami, 9-point, anywhere between 8.5 and 10-point dogs here. You're going to see this is another one of those that has lines all over the place. So if you have a feeling one way or the other, maybe you want to do some shopping around with this one. 47.5 across the board here. Green Bay, man, they're just going to waste Aaron Rodgers' time there. They're going to waste this guy's talent. It is just, they just cannot figure out how to do it on a week in, week out basis. His coaching staff, especially on the offensive side of the ball, just has not been able to do anything creative, anything innovative, anything that any of these other teams that are destroying people are doing, and they are going to waste one of the generational talents at quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. But they won't lose this game. They'll find a way to win. I don't know if they'll win by the spread here. Seattle on the road at the Rams. Rams coming off their first loss of the season, first loss of the year. They had to travel down to New Orleans. Saints really put it to them on the offensive side of the ball. There wasn't a lot of defense played, but they made the defensive stops when they had to. And the Rams suffered their first loss of the year. They do find themselves as big 10-point, double-digit home favorites over Seattle. Seattle they've been playing okay, certainly been playing better than they were at the beginning of the season, but not a team that this Rams team is going to have any trouble with whatsoever. 51.5 is a total in this one. Do you think that Seattle is going to be able to put up any points? Because you know the Rams are. The Rams are going to put up points in this game. I guess what you have to decide is how many can Seattle score. Dallas plays on Monday Night Football, so this is not on right now. A lot of the early lines come out for these New Jersey books because obviously Philadelphia is kind of a home market-ish team, certainly real close to Atlantic City. So 5.5 point favorites is how they have this thing opened up right now. We'll see how it shifts should anything happen with Dallas tonight. And finally, New York Giants, San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, I know you're jumping up and down about watching that one for sure, right? 43.5 point total in this one. 49ers are actually 3-point favorites at home over this New York Giants team that Eli Manning just been playing absolutely terrible. You've got this you've got this 49ers team that is, I mean, just completely ravaged by injuries, like up and down all over the place. Just has injuries at every single key position. Cannot believe that this is going to be our Monday Night Football game that we're going to have to be looking forward to. But hey, we'll probably watch it anyway. It's an island game, so be it. Of course, as we say each and every week, guys, if you're located in and or around that New Jersey area over there, please go to the lines, come to Play Picks, whatever you got to do, but just take advantage of our offers, because if you're going to play, you might as well get the very best offers that are out there. $25 free at DraftKings Sportsbook, $10 free at 888. We actually have a really good deal going with even with BetStars now and stuff like that, and FanDuel and whatever. So just head over there and be sure and take advantage of these offers, because if you're not, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not going to get anything better on the internet. I promise you that. So, one other thing, while you're here, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give it a little thumbs up even while you're there. Just click the little happy thing, like make everyone feel good. Hashtag keep Matt employed. We're trying to keep me employed here, but we really appreciate it. Trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber number there. Trying to do it by the end of football season. So we really will, we got about half the football season left to get there. I believe we can get there, but it'll take your help. So thanks a ton for that. All right, guys, we'll be back a little bit later in the week. We'll talk some Thursday night football. We'll make some picks for Sunday's games. We'll even have Sunday night football as well. So lots of stuff still to come here on the channel. So that's why you should subscribe. Help us out. We'll talk to you then. Hey, guys, thanks for checking out this video. While you're here, hit that subscribe button right down below. Make sure you never miss a video. When you get done doing that, please head to playpicks.com/bonus for the very best deposit bonus and free money offers on the internet.